Welcome to a tutorial about Dramatify's team list, team reports and personal profiles. Dramatify's team list is a dynamic tool consisting of three parts. First, the personal profile of your team member. Secondly, the role in your production. And lastly, the access rights that you give them to your production on Dramatify. Before starting, it's important to grasp one of Dramatify's core concepts. You and any other team member only have one single personal profile on Dramatify, regardless of how many productions or how many production companies you work for. That means only one login and one password to keep track of. You then invite your team members to your production in the correct role and access levels. When starting to build your team list, you can either invite a team member at that very moment and give them access to the production immediately, or add them to the team list and invite them later at a moment of your choosing. First, you search for the team member you want to add and see if they have an existing profile. Then just click to add them to your production. If you don't find who you are looking for, I will show you how to add them in a moment. When you add an existing Dramatify user to your production, a pop-up will open where you assign them to the role they should have in your production. You can also assign them to one or more teams. In the next section, you can give them admin rights, make them head of their department, and add visibility as a principal or a useful contact in printed call sheets. A regular team member can by default only read information and have access to the following sections that corresponds to the sidebar menu: production, documents, people, scripts, and call sheets. The only places a regular team member can post information is in their own profile and in messages, where they can post messages and write comments. If you check admin, that team member gets admin rights and can read and edit information in all sections of the production. The admin role is symbolized by an orange key icon. A person that is head of department gets a yellow shield by their name, and their contact information is automatically added to the requirements of their department in the call sheets. They are also added to the head of department message list that can be selected when sending a message. Check Useful Contact if you want that person's name, role and phone number to appear in printed call sheets. Check Principal if you want the team member's name credited on the production page as well as in printed call sheets. We try to help you keep track of important paperwork. At any time during the production, you can upload the team member's signed personal release and/or contract to make sure that all important files are in one place. These are only accessible by admins. Lastly, you can add public notes and add, edit and revise them at any time. Public notes might be information regarding availability, which hotel room a team member is staying in, or any other information that should be available to the team. Note that a public note is not available to the rest of the internet, only to members you invite to your production on Dramatify. Now, you can choose to invite the team member now or just add them to the team list for later invitation. If you search and don't find the person you are looking for among our member profiles, you can simply add and invite that person yourself. At a minimum, you add their name and their role in the production. If you want to invite them immediately, you must also add their email address so we can send an invitation. A lot of producers and production managers requested that we make it possible for them to set up a member's profile themselves and invite that team member at a later date, so we built that for you. When you add a new profile to Dramatify, you can now add as much or as little information as you like, including profile image, contact information, representation, union, and age group, which adds a flag if the person is a minor, as well as contact information to the minor's guardian. You also get the same production information page we previously showed you with the team's access rights, visibility, release, upload, and production notes. Note that when you set up a profile page for a team member and send an invitation, the team member claims their own profile, and thus responsibility and admin access to the page is transferred to that team member. You can still edit the team member's production details as with any other team member. On the People page, you have complete overview of your team divided between production crew, cast, and others. The striped bottom border of some cards indicates that the team members do not have access to your production yet. The colored border at the top indicates why, either because the invitation haven't been sent yet, the invitation is pending, or an invitation have been refused. From each card, you have one-click direct messaging within Dramatify, calling, texting, and emailing. Click on the card and you get to the production details. Click on the menu icon and you can edit the production details or remove a team member from the production, and thereby removing their access to your production. You do not delete their Dramatify profile. You and all other Dramatify users can on your profile page add qualifications like driving licenses, medical training, professional qualifications and skills such as rigging, pyrotechnics, diving, and health and safety officer training. These skills show up in short form on each team member's card so that you at a glance can see their basic qualifications. We have added a small glossary to help you quickly grasp the icons. To learn more about a team member's qualification details, go to their full profile. If a team member have a medical condition that he or she wants the team to be aware of, such as diabetes, they can add a flag as well as instructions of how they want to be helped if the condition gets worse. Asking your team members to add their qualifications make life easier for everyone. Each team member's personal profile look a bit different if you're a regular team member or an admin. Regular team members can only see general information that the person wants to share, such as a short biography, social media, as well as qualifications. They can also see flags about medical conditions and if the person is a minor and may require specific considerations. Admins also have access to contact details such as home addresses, representation, union, and in case of emergency contact. To get an overview of your team as well as a printable report, you simply click on Reports. You can filter the report on production, cast, and others, as well as on teams. You get all the details around your team, including contact information and if any uploaded releases and contracts exist. That was all for now. Happy dramatifying your production.